On a surface, it really seems like ad tracking is getting easier, but what if all that simplicity is actually hiding the real story? Today, we're going to break down how high quality tracking is quietly becoming one of the biggest competitive advantages in advertising all over again. So here's the big question, right? Ad platforms like Meta and Google are rolling out all these new tools that simplify tracking. You'd think measurement would basically be a solved problem by now. And yet, so many advertisers are still flying blind. Reports are a mess, attribution is super confusing, and you're left wondering what your ad spend is actually doing. And this brings us to what I like to call the illusion of simplicity. The platforms are making the technical setup feel almost effortless, which is great, but it creates this perception that the hard part's over. But is it really? Well, this slide kind of sums up the conflict perfectly. The promise is all about one click setups and faster implementation. But the reality? Data quality is still 100% your job, and that faster setup can actually create a false sense of confidence. More automation is great, but it can just mean you're sending messy data to the platforms, only, a lot faster. A perfect example of this is what Meta just did. They released an official pixel template right inside Google Tag Manager. And look, this is awesome news. It gets rid of all those clunky third-party workarounds, and you can even piggyback on your existing GA4 data layer. It definitely simplifies the technical connection, no doubt about it. And it's not just Meta. Google Ads is running the exact same play. They've consolidated their enhanced conversions feature into a single on-off switch. They're making it way easier to pull data from different sources, like your tags and APIs at the same time. The theme here is crystal clear. Remove all the technical friction. And the way people are talking about it, you can see the excitement. This quote says it all. It feels like the platforms are finally removing one of the biggest headaches in ad tracking. But, and this is a really big but, here's the crucial point we have to understand. An easier setup is not the same thing as better tracking. Just because the connection is more streamlined doesn't mean the data you're sending through it is magically cleaned up. So let's be super clear on this. A simplified setup is just a wider, faster pipe connecting you to the ad platform. That's it. It doesn't clean your data. It doesn't validate it. What you put into that pipe still matters more than anything. You are still completely responsible for the quality of that data. I love this analogy. Think of it like this. Meta and Google have given every single advertiser a faster, more automated car. But the competitive edge doesn't go to the person who can turn the key the fastest. It goes to the driver who has the absolute best fuel. And in this game, your data is the fuel. So what actually happens when you try to run that high-performance engine on bad fuel? Let's dig into the real cost of a good enough tracking setup, because I promise you, it's way higher than you probably think. It creates this really nasty, vicious cycle. See, it all starts when you send inaccurate or incomplete data. The platform's AI then learns the completely wrong lessons about who your best customers are. That leads straight to inefficient bidding and delivery. You're just showing ads to the wrong people. Then your reporting becomes totally unreliable. And the worst part, you start making huge, critical decisions about your budget and how to scale, all based on totally flawed insights. And here's the bottom line. Your campaign's performance ceiling, it isn't set by your creative or your offers or even your budget. It is set by the quality of your data foundation. Period. But here's the flip side. This problem is also a massive opportunity. Because if almost every other advertiser out there is just settling for easy, then taking the time to build a truly high-quality tracking system becomes a powerful, strategic competitive edge. This right here is what we're aiming for. A clean data foundation. This is a system that feeds the platform algorithms the high-quality fuel they're craving, accurate, complete, and consistent signals. This is how you make all that powerful machine learning work for you instead of against you. So how do you actually build this? Well, it's not about finding some magic tool. It's about strategy. It's about simple things like standardizing your event names, making sure you're passing accurate conversion values, validating that your data is consistent, and most importantly, it's about a mindset shift. Treating your tracking not as a one-and-done technical task, but as a core strategic asset of your business. Okay, so let's boil this all down. What are the most important things you need to walk away with today? The big shift in thinking is right here on this slide. Forget about how fast you can install the tools. The real opportunity, the real competitive edge, is in building a data foundation that's so clean and so reliable that the platform's algorithms can finally do their best work for you. And this is exactly why this all matters so much more right now than it ever has before. We're living in an era of AI driven media buying. The algorithms are making more and more of the decisions. In that kind of world, feeding them clean data isn't just some backend task, it is your primary competitive advantage. So I'm going to leave you with this question to really think about. Right now, in your business, is your tracking system just a backend task you kind of set up and forgot about? Or are you actively building it into your single biggest competitive advantage? If this kind of meta slash ad platform breakdown is useful, that's exactly the kind of thing I'm building inside MCR. Comment MCR and I'll send you the link.